Hi guys, I'm Daniel and this is Dan's Tech World. So hello and welcome back to part 2 of the networking series is pretty much what this is. Some things have arrived, which means I can get on doing some of the stuff. One thing that has arrived here is too big, and basically I'm going to have to get another one, and I'll show you that in a minute. But first I would like to say that today or now, ignore the time. Actually, I don't think you can see the time, but basically the time is extremely late. But I'm doing this because no one's downstairs at the moment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run the new networking cable, the new RJ11 cable upstairs, and try and get it into there and try and move my internet connection while no one is connected to it. I have only got one thing that's downloading right now, and that will only take about another 6 minutes, which is probably how long it will take me to get the cable through into the server cabinet. But basically some things have come, including my UPS, a monitor that I ordered, this which is underneath, which is a big metal cabinet, also known as a rack cabinet. And in fact I will turn the camera around and I will show you guys the networking cabinet and the few bits and bobs that I have. So I guess let's stop rambling and get on with things. Okay, so hello, you can see my reflection with my camera on this guy. So this is the rack unit. Just to point, I have a really wide angle lens in this. I have about, it's not really wide angle, but I have a 15mm lens on this thing, and it can't even view it all. This, my friends, is a massive rack cabinet. This is a 17U rack. I bought it super cheap on eBay and found out very quickly that it does not fit in there, which is slightly annoying, but nothing I can really do about it, at all honesty. It is a bit too big anyway. I don't really need 17U, I need about 6, so this was just kind of overdoing what I needed. Also what I got was this little guy. This is a tiny APC UPS, which I got because my big 1500 watt UPS died. So I got this little 500 watt guy, well it's 300 watt really, 500 volt hours or volt amps, I don't know what it is, VA, that one. And this little guy is kind of to replace that. It's only a small one because the only thing that I really have on it is the Mac Mini and the monitors, and they really don't require that much power. But oh yeah, this thing is ridiculously big, like huge, but I am planning on selling this thing. So yeah, also something that I got is this guy, which is a little tiny monitor. It's just a little tiny 5-inch standard definition AV monitor. I bought it super cheap. It's a pretty high quality one though, not one of these super cheap things. It's actually a TV, like one of those truck TVs things, but it's a little LCD TV thing. Basically I got it for the camera that's downstairs that was on that monitor, because I realised pretty quickly that actually I'm going to need that monitor for the server, because I'm going to have to look at the server, so I'll need something that I can get to. So I quickly realised that I would need a small display, so that is up there. But what I am going to do now is I am basically going to start with the big cable. In fact, it's here. How about that for a look? So I am going to get the big cable and I'm going to start routing it around the house. But what I'm going to first show you is where this thing has to go. So okay, so now I have my big LED panel. So basically, yeah, this is where the thing is going to the cable is having to come in, or is going to have to come in. This here is kind of a funny position. Don't ask why the cable comes up here. My carpet is really badly fitted, by the way. But basically there is a gap in the floorboard here. You can see 1,000 million billion cables basically that run under here. Here we go, here's all the cabling, which is kind of ridiculous amount of cabling. So this is where all the cables basically go around my house. You have a speaker cable here for the speaker next to me, phone line, couple of Ethernet lines, but yeah, this is basically where the cables go. You can see this pretty ghetto way of This Ethernet cable wasn't long ago enough. It broke at one point, I fitted a new jack to it, and then it wasn't long enough, so I kind of extended it again. I guess it works, so I'm not going to complain about that. Also, here, this is what I've kind of been doing. So this is things that I have around the house. I've started fitting these in more and more places, which are just basically standard network jacks. Here you can see I have, come on, focus. So this one I have labelled as printer. It doesn't really correspond to a specific network jack in the networking cupboard, but you can see the Ethernet cable here that goes into the bottom of it and then goes underneath the floorboard and does what it needs to do, and disappears up. But yeah, this here is the, like, you can't really see this, but this is like the main hole between up and downstairs. So down here is like the main hole. You can kind of see, there we go. So you can see the main hole under the floor, because this floor is finished really crap. But you can kind of see where all this leads off. So basically, yeah, that is the way to get downstairs in this place, like for cables and stuff. And so what's going to happen is the Ethernet the RJ11 cable, sorry, is going to come downstairs, across the floor, up the wall, and then into this hole, and then go around my door, into my room, and up the side of my room. It probably would have been easier to go up the wall and up there, but I've already patched the hole that I had up there. But yeah, this is a 2-port jack, but you can see the other one's cancelled off because you can see that I only have one Ethernet cable connected to it, because I don't have 2 Ethernet connections. There is just the printer here, which you can kind of see above me, or kind of not. Okay, so here we go. This is downstairs. This is basically that hole, but downstairs. So basically, I have a feeling that this is going to be a very, very long experience, but I'm not going to video all of this because it's going to take forever. So yeah, I'm going to go and get the cable, and then I'll see you guys later. Okay, so I thought I'd show you now. This is probably very difficult, excuse all the crap in here. That's purely because of troubleshooting issues, but this here, this magical cable here, oh god, sorry, go away. This one, this is the network cable. This is the RJ11 cable that comes all the way from downstairs. There is still enough here to get me into the rack as well, so that was measured pretty much freaking perfectly. Like, now I know that 50 meters is exactly what I need, or like literally minimum, to run from downstairs to up into here in one shot throw, or one throw even. But yeah, that works pretty well. Next thing I want to do as well is sort this out, move the duty of this monitor to that one, and also run it over HDMI rather than VGA, which means I'm going to have to dig out the wall again, because you can see it's all wired into the wall, but that's something I can do. Yeah, I just thought I'd tell you that basically I've got that cable coming through. It comes through up next to the DVR. But yeah, it's come through. I did this bit of cable management stuff, even though it's completely pointless, but I'm going to see if I can move all the router and stuff now. So I'm going to have no internet, but that's not really a problem. But I'm going to move all of this right now. So yeah, let me get back to you, and I'll show you if it's moved. If it's not, then you'll know, and if I'm in tears, then you'll know that it didn't work and I moved it. So I'll see you in a minute. Okay, this is the nerve-wracking bit that I don't really want to look at what is happening. This is a bit still yellow, still blurry, still yellow, still yellow. I'm actually terrified. Oh my god! Do you see that? We have blinking green LED. All 4 are lit up which they actually don't need to be for much longer because the Wi-Fi is going to be disabled in this thing. Oh my god, that is it. My modem and router. Literally, I use that as a modem and that as a router. But they are moved. They are in there. They are in the unit. Everything is connected. The switch is connected. Everything is connected. Oh, there you go. Everything is actually connected. It's all moved. No cables. Oh, no cables. Just the switch. No cables. Just switch. Pure switch. No, I'm joking. But yes, everything is under there. Has disappeared, which means I can kind of sort this out and claim the space back. That was a lot more space being taken up than you really realise. Like, quite a lot of stuff under there. Here's the old, like, RJ11. I say here RJ11. You can kind of see anyway. Like, it was just falling off the end, pretty much. I just don't know how that stayed on there. I'm pretty sure it's going to fall off soon. But what I'm going to do is going to strip this back. By the way, that comes all the way from down there, like downstairs. What I'm going to do is pretty much strip this cable back, put a boot and a RJ45 connector on it, and just have this as an Ethernet cable going downstairs. So yeah, just repurpose it, I guess, and just reuse it instead of just kind of leaving it dangling here as a useless RJ11. I mean, if I want to put it back as an RJ11 in the future, I always can. It's not a difficult thing to do. I've got plenty of spare ends of these RJ11s and 45s for that matter. But yeah, I guess I can put that back into the darkness for now, and I will sort it out later. But that is a lot of space that I have got back. I got a lot of space. Like, I can fit many things under here now, and there's not as much crap under here, and I can just move everything. So yeah, that's really good. I'm quite happy about that. Yeah, cool. Okay, so there you go. The cable works, the internet is now in there, so everything internet pretty much networking wise is in there, apart from the one switch under my desk, which I need because there's multiple things that are internet connected under the desk, including my UPS, which has a network cable connected to it. My the test bench connections are under there as well as a few other things. I think my printer, the printer connection comes from there as well. So that's where that printer comes from. But yeah, mostly I'm pretty impressed with that. I'm pretty happy that cable worked. It wasn't super expensive either, which was what made this really able to happen. But yeah, I guess this bit is pretty much done. I'm not going to end this like part 2 here just yet. I'm going to hang on for a couple more days until I get a couple more things. If not, I will start the sort out procedure, and also at some point during this episode I will show you up in the loft for all the networking cables that go up there. There's not actually as many as you'd think I'm like. There's not many that like you'd think I'm talking about. You think, oh, I'm saying there's network cables up there. You're probably thinking like a bundle about this big. No, there's only a few really, but you kind of only just get the gist when I show you up there and show you how many cables are actually running up there. I've also managed to catch myself on the fiberglass upstairs, so I'm kind of itchy now, so I'm going to go and wash my hands in a second to sort that out. But that's pretty much it. I am so glad that in that cupboard is sorted. That is so good. It looks like a tip right now and sounds like a jet engine, but once the doors close it's fine. I'll also maybe put some sound insulation stuff in there, I don't know yet. Move some bits and bobs around, but pretty much at the moment that is pretty much what I can do, because this cabinet here doesn't fit in there, which is a real big pain in the backside, but there's nothing really I can do about that. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for this section. Like I said, I'm not going to finish this episode here because there hasn't really been much, just me installing the cable and rambling for a bit, and that's not really an entire video's worth of stuff, if I'm honest. Just showing you a bit of the network as well, and also switching that around. Yeah, I'm not going to call it quits here anyway, but I hope you've enjoyed this section, and I guess I'll see you in a couple of days or so. So for you a second, but for me, I've got a big wait, like a big wait. Feel happy you're watching us on the web, not in real life. See you shortly. Okay, Google. What time is it?
10:43.
Sounds just about right time to make a video, I guess. So here we are at the final bit of part 2 of the networking series. I have been away for about a week or so. Some new things have arrived. Okay, Google. Hello.
Hi Daniel, what can I do for you?
I'm sorry if I've just triggered everyone's you-know-what at home. I apologise. But yeah, I have now got a nice shiny goo home. So...
Sorry, I don't know how to help with that yet.
That's going to be an issue, I can guess. But some more things have arrived, some rather important things. One very important thing, in fact, being this guy. Oh god. This may be a small one, but this is a little tiny UPS. This is a APC back UPS 500. So this is like about a 300 watt ish max power kind of UPS. The reason I have got this is simply for all the networking stuff in that cupboard. No, the server will not be connected to this guy. It is just not powerful enough. I will be getting its own UPS for that. So yes, I will have 3 UPSs. 1 being on my main machine, 2 being on the internet connected stuffs, and 3 being on the server itself. But this guy is specifically just for the networking stuff. For instance, the router, the modem, the access point, the switch, the DVR for the cameras. It's snowing outside. What? Wow, that caught me off guard. The DVR for the CCTV camera, so they don't keep going offline and that will damage the hard drive inside after a while. I know of it. So this guy is for that. Didn't cost me a lot, which is great. It's not a very high powered unit at all, but you know, it'll do for just powering that stuff until electric is back on, as we do have frequent power outages where I am. I've already dinged this thing up as I've had it in storage, unfortunately. That's just due to the fact that I haven't fitted it in my room because I've had other things to do. Yeah, that's kind of been a going thing. I've had this since about 1 day after I finished filming the last section, but I was waiting on a few things, including a socket to change the IEC output to 13 amp so I can plug an extension unit into this guy, as well as loads of other bits and bobs for the network, trying to get rid of that massive rack thing that I had here that I am currently sat in where it was. I sold that and waiting to get a new rack, just smaller, so it fits in the cupboard and then I can put everything in that. Apart from that, nothing really has happened, apart from the fact that I've now got the video light. In fact, you can see it right here, the video light in front of me, to give a little bit more light on the situation, because I realised we were lacking, and I have studio lights, I just refuse to set them up 90% of the time and put the camera on a tripod properly, which I should probably start doing. But anyway guys, what I think we should do is we should go and put this little guy inside the server and kind of tidy it up, because it has become a rat's nest of cables, seen as though Ethernet and that kind of stuff and power is not the only thing that's running through that cupboard. In fact, I now have surround speakers, 2 bookshelf speakers, one either side of me, and the speaker cables come through the server room and out the bottom into my hi-fi as it's its nearest placement. So yeah, I need to sort that out as well, but you know, well, once we get in there, once we get in the cupboard of death, as I call it, I'll show you what the dealio is. So I guess we should probably take this off my lap and head on over to the server cupboard. So let's go. So here we go. Yeah, it's a bit of a mess in here, to say the least. Oh, and I was saying about snow. Yeah, it's a lot of snow. But yeah, in here is a bit of a mess. First, we're going to move this box out the way to get some more light on the situation. I'm going to pick up this little dude. Oh god, I say little. I totally meant really freaking heavy. It may be small, but Jesus Christ, that thing is heavy. Cool little device though, nonetheless. But we need to, in fact, I'm going to take this out and I'm going to sort in here first, because this is diabolical. Like, just look at those cables and the modem, and what have I done? This is speaker cable as well. This isn't even Cat 5e or Cat 6. Right, I need to shift all this stuff, so I'm going to be back to you guys when I've cleaned all this crap, because this is horrific. Really horrific. Okay, so we are back. I have greatly cleaned this crap out quite a bit. But yeah, we're looking pretty clean in here, considering, I mean, you know, it's not, whoops, microphone. It's not perfect, no, but it's pretty difficult in such a confined space, really. So I'm going to grab the UPS from down there, and we'll bring it up into this space. It's going to be going like here, hopefully. So yeah. Okay, so there we have the darn thing. It is in. Let's turn up the light a little bit in here. So we have the darn thing in. It is sitting there. That works perfectly. Just in this little gap here. Hopefully there'll be enough room to get the IEC connector in the back of that thing down there. But then it's going to be plugged into this PDU here. This one is specifically networking stuff. So the switch, the router, the modem, the access points. Yeah, that's basically what that's for, and a couple of PoE things. But that's just to basically run the network in this house. People have questioned me in the past about the need for this much stuff, especially like, oh, you don't have that many Ethernet connected things, why do you need like a 24 port switch? That's why, because that is not everything on right now. Let's get that in focus. 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9 ports on. 9. So yeah, even if I had a 16 port, I'd run out pretty quick. So yeah, I got this because that's not all of them on right now, and there's not everything plugged back in. This is just the minimum plugged in, so basically my internet is working and the server is connected. Apart from that, it's kind of a ragtag of stuff. It's kind of a lot of equipment, to be honest, in a small space. It's not a mega amount, but it's a lot in a small space considering the size of this server as well. It's absolutely ridiculously huge, this server, and I've no idea how I fit it in here, but I've also got to get a rack unit soon to put the stuff in that's rack mountable, including the network patch panel to patch all this stuff in properly, so it's not just a big mess of wires here, it's a big mess of wires up there. But yeah, so I'm going to find the little adapter for this thing, and we'll plug the thing in and we'll see if our little UPS is working, which I believe it is, and should be working completely fine. But I want to make sure, because I've got a feeling with the snow we might have another power outage, so I will go and find the power adapter right now. So these are the two things we needed. This is a male IEC to female 13 amp standard UK plug socket, which is cool. I only need one of those, and a right angle standard IEC cable to plug the UPS into the actual wall. I think that's all we'll need, and I think this will be fine. So we'll grab these, and up here. Now, putting this camera down, kind of tricky, because it is because the thing is rigged up quite heavily. We'll zoom out a bit here. The thing is rigged up quite heavily with equipment. The rig that I use inside the house is not exactly what I would call small. It is somewhat of a large thing, with a mic and a cage and, you know, the general stuff. So we'll plug the UPS power in, we'll run it round the back. Don't knock the mic. Yeah, this is not tidy, I am very aware, before anyone anyone decides to tell me, oh, that's not very safe. If you think I'm not aware, trust me, I am. Cool, that's in there. And then we will plug in. Plug in our 13 amp right there, so that gets us our 13 amp socket, which I will just leave dangling. And I will get, I would do the dreaded thing now of unplug it already. Oh, I've unplugged us from the world of the internet. Quick, let's plug us back in. So there we go, we're plugged in. Hopefully if I unplug the plug. So I've now unplugged the plug and all my equipment is staying on. That is great news. That is exactly what I needed. So we'll plug back in the UPS now before it starts screaming at me again that I've unplugged power and there's no power. It's waiting for power. So there we go. That is it for part 2, I think. So I think it's time to go back on the tripod and we'll outro this stuff. Okay, so that's it pretty much for networking series part 2. I have done pretty much whatever I can right now. It's all the stuff I can really use until I get the networking cabinet, because I can't patch anything into a patch panel until it's in a cabinet. You just can't do it. There's a big metal case, so I can't really do anything else right now apart from I've got the UPS installed, I've got the server installed, and I have everything on backup power. So if you liked the video, guys, then please hit the thumbs up button. But if you didn't like the video, then the thumbs down button also exists. But if you did hit the thumbs down button, please tell me down in the comment section below why you hit the thumbs down button. Also, while you're in the comment section, please tell me if you've got any comments, questions, ideas, or anything on that subgenre to talk about or to ask or to tell me, then please also throw that down there. Also, while you're down in the bottom part of this video, please go down to the description. You will find my social media. My social media will be down there: Facebook, Instagram and Snapchat, and also links to where to get some of the things for this video. So that's pretty much it, guys. I've been Daniel, this has been Dan's Tech World, this has been networking series part 2 out of I have no idea, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye for now. Okay Google, what's the time?
It's 11:40.
And I've got to start editing.